nothing to do, nowhere to go. देखो सुनो मत बोलो. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, 300% कर्नाटक. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you? Zero complete level. मौज में रहो, be happy. Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. इह चेद अवेदीत अस सत्यमस्ति, न चेदिह अवेदीत महति विनष्टि. भूतेषु भूतेषु विचित्य धीराः प्रेत्यास्मात् लोकात् अमृता भवन्ति. इह चेद अवेदीत. आइए महाराज. इह चेद अवेदीत. While we are alive, wherever we are, whenever we are, whatever we are, at this very moment only the experience happens. Whatever may be the experience, good or bad, joyful or miserable, any experience of the life you take, that experience happens only 100% now and here. And therefore, unless we are convinced of this, we will not be able to proceed on the spiritual path. So what will be the conviction? Well, conviction is we must help ourselves to remain 100% present to whatever we are doing, may what happen in the whole world. That's all. Iha ched avedita. If the truth is known there, then in that situation, then it is an illusion. Because there, then, and that situation is an imagination, not the truth. You are the truth. See, you cannot be in the past. You cannot be in the future. You have to be now and here. Therefore, iha ched avedita ata satyamasti. This we have to again and again recognize and understand. Na ched iha vedita, if not, mahati vinashti, satyanas. See friends, why satyanas? The purpose for what we are, wherever we are, is that purpose fulfilled or not? See? Suppose we have gone to take food, and if we are not getting the food, then the purpose of going there is not fulfilled. In the same manner, what is the purpose of our being a human being? What is the purpose? Purpose is we should be such a fit instrument that He will choose us. Remember, my friends, don't bother for God realization. It's a big bluff. Hey. If the bulb is fit, then electricity will express through that bulb as light. It doesn't matter where is the bulb, whether it is in the temple or a toilet. The instrument is fit. Exactly the same way, we have to be such a fit instrument that He has no choice but to express through us in His full glory. And what is the glory of the divinity? Be happy. Don't justify you are miserable. Again and again we have to remind it. We cannot live in the past. It is dead and gone. We cannot live in the future. It has never come. It will never come. We have no option but to live now and here. See, this morning, 2 o'clock, one of my friends came from USA. So, afterwards, morning, he has to go somewhere. So, we finish our tea, coffee, whatever. And he says, Swamiji, your happy mantra is my continuous listening. I put it, repeat it. You can do it in a loop. And I keep on listening. And it has solved majority of my problems. He said, because you understand what it says. See, when the knowledge is understood, then only the impact of that knowledge happens. When it is understood that if you touch the live electric socket, you get a shock. Then, if this is understood, will we go and put our finger there? No. Exactly the same way. We have to simply remember this much. We have no choice to live yesterday, tomorrow. Today is effortless. And wherever you are effortless, you are happy. See? Therefore, iha ched avedita satyamasti na ched iha mahati vinashti. Then, bhuteshu bhuteshu vichitya dhiraha. Now we have to discover this divinity, not only I am divine and others are horrible, no. See, we look at the world what we have discovered ourselves to be. If I discover myself to be an Indian, then what will be my perception of the world? They are Indian or not Indian? Because our experience and understanding about ourselves is conditioned one, not the absolute one. Therefore, another principle which we told you, the non-specific experience, unqualified experience. See? So, bhuteshu bhuteshu vichitya dhiraha. Now, bhuteshu. We'll take one example, rest you multiply. The bhuta is space. Now, what is the essence of the space? Shabda, what we call tanmatra. Now, Shabda is non-specific word. What is called in our religion as Om. It is called as Spot, S-P-H-O-T, Spot. Because Om begins from a, throat, U, the buccal cavity, Ma, conclusion. To say a, no efforts are required. To modify, you have to roll your tongue. Ooh. And Ma is the conclusion. You cannot chant Ma without touching the lips. Try to say Ma without touching the lips. Oh, oh. You cannot. So the Shabda, what is the Tanmatra of the space is this Om, which includes everything, which rejects nothing, but doesn't get influenced by anything. It is here we have to discover the truth. And therefore, bhuteshu bhuteshu vichitya dhiraha. We get carried away by specific words. Suppose I tell somebody, hey, you are so beautiful. No, Swamiji, okay. You know, I was just cutting joke. Immediately, it becomes misery. Hey, friends, no word should disturb us. Then we are hearing, but hearer is not born. This is what we told you, another technique. Listen to silence. Do you know how this sound has come to lower? Do you know? Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Because of that, it has gone down. See? So, Bhuteshu Bhuteshu Vichitta Dhiraha, then Pretyasmat Lokat. Then they go beyond this world. Lokat from this world. What is our world? World is an experience in relativity. See? So, Asmat Lokat Pretya. Although living in the relative world, but not losing oneness with the absolute. See? Words are many, sounds are many, but ears are one. Colors and forms are many, but vision is one. So when my attention is on the vision, differences in the color will make no problem for me. In this manner, slowly and steadily, when we start Pretyasmat Lokat, that means what is the real ultimate conclusion? We will continue to be wherever we are. We will continue to be whatever may be the situation. Nothing will change around us. We will change. And what is the change? Change will be, we will cease to react, but just act. See, my friends, Pretyasmat Lokat Amruta Bhavanti. They attain immortality. That means they are no more frustrated. Why this is happening? Up to here, the second Khanda chapter is over. Now we enter the third most enchanting chapter. Is the story. We'll read the story, and after this story is read, then we'll try to understand what is the meaning of such a beautiful story. And now repeat after me. This is the third chapter. Brahma Devebhyo Vijigye. Slowly, slowly, don't run. Go along with my speed. We don't have to reach anywhere, yaar. Go slow. Do you want to prove that you can say it fast? See? You particularly. This black man. Brahma Devebhyo Vijigye. Tasya Brahmano Vijaye. Deva Amahiyanta. Now the story begins. Once upon a time, when this is said, then we become interested. Once upon a time. So once upon a time, there was a war between the Sura and the Asura. The good and the bad. The pious and the poisonous. There was a war. And in that, the pious, the Devas, they won. And when they won the war, all the Devas were glorified. Oh, Devata ki jai. Like, you see the cricket matches and all that. And therefore, they were glorified and appreciated. Then what happened? Then the next mantra. Te aikshanta asmakamevayam vijayah asmakamevayam mahima iti tadhai vijagyau tebhyoha pradurbabhuva tanna vijanata kimidam yakshamiti. When these gods, they won the war, they started thinking. They aikshanta, they started thinking what? Asmakamevayam vijayaha. we are successful. You see the matches, when they get a point, oh, how much? So, they aikshanta, what they started thinking, asmakamevayam vijaya, we won the war. See, asmakamevayam mahima iti is because of me. Everything is happening in this world. Upar wala so raha hai kya? Like the bulbs. Take this example. One bulb is in the temple and he says, see, I am so pious, I had done a lot of tapasya, I had done a lot of charity and I had done sadhana. Therefore, I am born in the temple. All the time, I have the vision of God. By the time this temple finishes his talk, it becomes Panchaps. This is such a subtle story, you will like it. So, asmakamevayam mahima iti te aikshanta. They started thinking, we were responsible for this victory. Now, who started thinking? Everybody. And among them, see, which are the gods, it will come subsequently. So, tadhishyam vijagyo tebhyoha pradurabhavuva. When they were thus celebrating their victory, imagine all the gods with the mug in their hand and the somaras in that, and cheers, aha, we won the war, we won the war. They were thus making a great noise around. Tadhishyam vijagyo tebhyoha pradurabhavuva. So, when this was observed by Brahman, the reality, the Paramatma, the Bhagavan, he took a form and appeared in front of all the gods. And then they were surprised. Who is this so fearlessly standing in front of us? We, the victorious one? How dare he can stand in front of us? Who is this fellow? Tanna Vijanata. But they didn't know. We have not seen him anywhere. Who is this fellow? Na Vijanata. Kimidam Yakshamiti. Yaksha means the one who is worthy of observation or worthy of darshan. Kimidam Yakshamiti, they did not know. Okay. Then what happened? Te Agnim Abruvan Jataveda Etad Vijanihi Kimidam Yakshamiti Tatheti. Now, all the gods, now we know the gods, the Agni, Vayu, Varuna, etc. So, all the gods, they said to Agni, because he was all the time in the front. I can do this, I can do that. Because of me only this war was won. So, they say, okay, Mr. Agni, and when you want to get work done from somebody, you have to glorify. Mr. Gupta, I'm so sorry. Dr. Gupta, no. Immediately start bubbling out. So, Jataveda. Jataveda means he who knows everything. See? So, the Agnim Abruvan Jataveda Etad Vijanihi Kimidam Yakshamiti. I know only you can find out who is this fellow standing so fearlessly in front of us. We are the victorious. Nobody can dare come in front of us. But he's standing so a strong way. Kimidam Yakshamiti. So, this Agni, the fire god, okay, I can just find it out. And then he approached this Yaksha, the divine form. Tad Abhyadravat, Tad Abhyavadat, Kositi, Agnirva Ahamasmi, Iti Abravit Jatavedava, Ahamasmiti. When this was told, Agni said, I can just find out. Therefore, see the words, that Abhyadravat, like a flood, he approached that Yaksha Bhagavan, and Abhyadravat, like a very strong gush of waters, he went there. And now see the best part. I go to Ravi's house, knock the door. Ravi opens the door. I ask him, hey, what's your name? Can it be more, can it be any more insult possible than this? You go to somebody's house and you ask, hey, what's your name? Exactly, this is what Brahma or Bhagavan did to that fire. He reached there with such a arrogance and he said, hey, who are you? You come to my house and ask this question. So, Agni said, Agnirva aham asmi iti. Of course, I am fire. And also, alias Jatavedava. So, I am fire, alias Jataveda. I know everything in this world. This is what aham asmi iti. Now, when this was said, then the next question was fired by Yaksha Bhagavan. Tasmin tvai kim viryamiti apidam sarvam daheyam yadidam pruthivyamiti. Acha, so you are fire. Wow. Now what is your potentiality? What can you do? Can you imagine? You approach an elephant, and to that elephant you ask, what can you lift? So what elephant will, I can lift anything. Acha, try to lift this papad. How insulting it must be. Exactly the same way. Tasmin tvai, you, the one who can burn everything on the earth. What is your speciality? My speciality? Everything that is here, I can burn it into ashes. Oh, so you are very powerful. Wow. Then he gives him something. Tasmai trunam nidadau etaddaheti tadupapreyaya sarvajavena tanna shashakadagdum tata eva nivavrute naitat ashakam vijnatum yadetat yakshamiti. Now to that fire god, this Yaksha Bhagavan gave one blade of grass on the tip of which there was a dewdrop. And he said, oh, you can burn everything in the world. This is a blade of grass with a dewdrop. Kindly burn it. Can there be more insulting? So, tasmai trunam nidadu etaddahedi tadupapreyaya sarvajavena. And then Agni must have started pouring the fire. 10 degrees, 20 degrees, 100 degrees, 1000 degrees, 20,000 degrees. Nothing happened. The blade of grass nor the drop of water could vanish. And then the Dupapreyaya Sarvajayana, to do that, he went with all his force. Tanna Shashakadagdum. But the fire could not burn the blade of grass and the dewdrop on the top of it. So tata eva nivavrute. Then he bent down his head and slowly went back. Everybody asked, hey, what happened? No, etat ashakam vidnyatum. I don't know. Don't ask me further. Yat edat brahmamiti, yakshamiti, I don't know who is that. When this was said, then do you think other gods were feeling bad? See, I told you, you always tell, Agni, Agni is the best one. See, nothing. I am the one because of whom everything is happening in this world. So, the next god in the queue Vayu, the air god. To him, other gods told, Atha Vayum Abruvan Vayave Etad Vijanihi Kimetad Yakshamiti Tatheti Atha Vayum Abruvan. Thereafter, they asked the god air or Vayu Devata, Hey Vayu, now who is Vayu? Vayu Abruvan, Vayavai Etad Vijaniti, kindly go and find out who is this fellow standing so fearlessly. He is not afraid of us. We are the winners. Kimetad Yakshamiti, find out. He said, okay, Tatheti. Then, again the same story. Tad Abhyadravat, Tad Abhyavadat, Kositi, Vayurva Ahamasmi iti, Abravit Matarishvava, Ahamasmiti. Now the air god also, Tad Abhyadravat, like he also went with all his force. And when he reached near the Yaksha Bhagavan, again the same question was, hey, who are you now? Second character, who are you? You don't know me? I am Vayu, air, alias Matarishva. Matarishva means the one who is moving in the space. That is what I am. This is what is my being. Now what do you do? Tasmin tvai kim viryam iti avidam sarvam adadiyam yadidam prasivyam iti. Again the same question was, okay, you are the Vayu, Matarishva. Now what is your speciality? What can you do? Me, what can I do? I can lift everything in the world, whatever is there, and throw from here to there. That power I have got. Acha? Wow, very good. Then, same story. Tasmai trunam nidadhau etad adadat sveti tadupapreyaya sarvajavena tanna shashaka adatum sa tata eva nivavrute na etad ashakam vijñatum yadetad yakshamiti. So to him also, the Yaksha Bhagavan, the same blade of grass gave. That is Trunam Nidadau. Take this piece of blade of grass and throw it wherever you want. So there also Vayu Devata started all power, yet that blade of grass could not move. So the popular proverb, भगवान की दया के सिवा घास की पत्ती भी नहीं हिलती, is from here. Without God's will, nothing happens in this world. How important it is. But we have that arrogance. I can do this, I can do that. So, Tasmai trunam vidado etad adadasveti tadupa preyaya sarvajavena tanna shashaka adadum sa tata eva nivavrute. Again he also went back. Na etad ashakam vijñatum. I don't know who is this fellow, I can't lift it. Yad etad yakshamiti, I don't know. And he also went back. So all the gods were defeated. He could not know anything. Then now the king of the gods is approaching. Atha Indram Abruvan Magavan etad vijanihi kimetad yakshamiti tatheti tadabhyadravata tasmat tirodadhe. Atha, thereafter Indram Abruvan. So all the gods told, requested Indra, who is the king of all the gods. He said, hey Magavan, kimetad yakshamiti vijanihi. Please find out who is the yaksha. We are defeated. You are our king. You please tell us. Okay, I can go and find out. And then this Indra, the king of all the gods, he approached there, and that very moment Yaksha Bhagwan disappeared. Did not even talk to him. And thereafter what happened? See? Sa tasminnevakashe striyam ajagama बहुशोभमानां उमां हैमवतीं तागं होवाच किमेतद्यक्षमिति. So when the Yaksha Bhagwan disappeared, but Indra did not go back. Now see these small things. Agni got defeated and went back. Vayu got defeated and went back. But the Indra, he did not give up, persistent. He stood there. And then there itself, in the same space where Yaksha Bhagavan was standing, he disappeared. But there what happened? Tasmin Evakashe Striyam Ajagama. One lady appeared. And who was she? Bhushobhamanam, most beautiful. See? You know the last verse of Ram Raksha? Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. Oh, most beautiful Parvati ji. This is told by Shankara to Parvati. Bhushobhamana. Then Umam. See? Then Haimavati, the daughter of Himavan, Parvati ji. Tagam Hovacha. Kimetar Yakshiviti. So Indra then asked her, who was the Yaksha in your place? We just want to know, because everybody tried, but we could not. Here, the third chapter ends. Now see the story. In one of the children's camp, I was talking about this story to them. When I told that we will be having Kenopanishad as a subject for the children's camp. So all the elders told, Swamiji, children and you are talking Kenopanishad. I said, they have no problem, I have no problem, why you have problem? You relax. Okay. And when the camp was over, I said, hey, now if somebody wants to say something, say. One child, he said, Swamiji, you should change the name of this Upanishad. Why? It is not Kenopanishad. Make it Sugar Kenopanishad. It is so sweet. After listening this story. Now see, abstract was told earlier. Na tatra chakshur gacchati, na vak gacchati, na manaha, na vidmaha, na vijanimaha yatha etat anushisha. It's abstract understanding. It has to be fixed in our understanding through some stories. See? So, whenever, the other day also I told you, we can digest failure in life, but perpetual success is very difficult to digest. The success takes us out of the clouds. Here, this is what happened. When the Devatas won the war, they were so arrogant. We have done this. Who is better than us? See? How important it is in our life. And when this happened, then something happens. Yaksha Bhagavan comes. How Yaksha Bhagavan comes? See, I have done everything for my children. You know, we were having, I like you an example. Somewhere it happened in US. There was a friend of mine, I went to his house. We got down from the car and we were just going. That very moment, his son came in this safari kind of car, and he just kicked the door and opened and came out, cigarette in his hand, and this liquor smell everywhere. So the father got angry and then he wanted to hit him, the son. The son was taller. American children are abnormal. They are taller than the parents. Meaning what? The mother and the father put together is the child. So when he wanted to beat, he caught hold of the hand. Stop that. I'll uproot this hand and give you another hand. And then he went away. So I immediately changed the topic. Hey, where is the tea leaves? Where I am not seeing the tea leaves. That topic I didn't discuss at all. I was interested only in tea. If you give me tea, I get Brahmananda. So next day that boy called me. Swamiji, you have seen that day when you came to our house, how I behaved. Actually, I did not smoke, I don't drink. I just want to hurt my parents, my father. He has destroyed my childhood. So much. Do this puja, do that, do chant japa. Continuously. My childhood are destroyed by him. He is a dictator, Hitler. I had only one purpose left now. I want to destroy his old age. Then that father called me. He also came. Swamiji, you have seen how my son behaved. I have done so much for them. I used to take them for these classes. You go and chant Gita, do these things. So many things I have done for them. But see, what is the result? See, my friends, don't have these wrong notions. Because of us, somebody is improved or no. There is a divine law. In-laws will not help there. But we don't understand it. And this is exactly what happened here. This Agni, I have done this thing for my children. But see the children. You know who are those children? They are the one whose debt you have not paid back in the last life. Therefore, in this life, they are taking it with interest. Now you pay. See, friends, don't have the wrong notion. We can do good to anybody. Nobody can do good to anybody in this world. See, so this Agni, because I was successful, he was defeated. Meaning, what is Agni? Agni is the presiding deity of speech. Now, Vag Gacchati, speech cannot comprehend what is the truth. Kimeda Yakshavati, na janeti. Then Vayu. Vayu is the presiding deity of the skin, air. So Sparsha, Shabda and Sparsha. Then the Vayu Devata went and wanted to find out, but could not, because you cannot touch the divine. Therefore, what we should do? Yama, Niyama, Pratyahar. We have to have perfect control over all our faculties. Indulgence in this world and then thinking that I am doing meditation. Friends, we cheat ourselves the most. We don't cheat anybody else. So, when these two things were defeated, that means we have to drop them. Then we can start working on the mind. Now, who was Indra? Indra is the king of the gods. Mind is the king of all the faculties. Mind only expresses as hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, working, not working, acting, holding, throwing. It's only the mind. So, now the mind went in investigation. If we want to know the truth, the mind should be available to us. And what was that mind? What Indra? When the all faculties failed, Indra did not give up. Mind doesn't give up. Meaning what? He stood there silently. Meaning what? Now he has stopped, the mind has stopped flowing out of all the sense organs and organs of action, stopped that and came back to the mind. In other words, in the language of Kundalini, now we have reached our Anahata Chakra. Lower three, Mooladhara Chakra, body identification. I am so and so. Oh. Sadhishan Chakra, I can achieve anything. Manipur Chakra, nobody is like me. So fire and air defeated. Then came to the mind, Anahat Chakra. And here what it is, he just stood there quiet. This is Samadhi. Trayam ekatra Sayyamaha. Unless Sayyama is attained, there is no further advancement on the spiritual path. Sayyama is, mind is perfectly under control with reference to space, object and time. Trayam, ekatra. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati sayyami. The one whose mind is no more leaking out through the sense organs and organs of action, that mind is completely withdrawn. And how the mind runs out? Through the parameters of time, space and object. So when the mind is controlled with reference to space, it is called as dharana. When the mind is perfectly controlled with reference to object, it is called as dhyana. When it is held for a longer period of time, it is called as samadhi. When these three things happen, see, trayamekatra sayyamaha. This sayyami, this is the word in Bhagavad Gita. It is not just ordinary word. It is controlled. It is not controlled. Perfect control. See, therefore, if you know Yoga Shastra, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi, 8, these are the Anga limbs. Whose limbs? The yoga is Sayyama. And unless the Sayyami is attained, you cannot have Tada Drashtuhu Sarupe Avasthanam. So, when Indra came and the Bhagavan disappeared, meaning what? Now he is no more struggling to objectify the subject. See? Fire trying to objectify, air trying to objectify, failed. Now he stood there quiet. And in that quietness, what happened? See? Striyam ajagama. Tasmin neva kashe striyam ajagama. In that empty space where there was nobody other than Indra himself, none else. Be attentive. And there, Akashe, Striyam Ajagama, Bahushobhamanam. Friends, the grace of the God in our life comes in following steps. First, Ishwaranugraha. By God's grace only, we are all here together. Many of us, rather all of us, are exposed to satsanga not by our efforts. Suddenly we hear something, we see something, and just give a chance, chalo yaar ghum ke aate hain. And it happens. See? So, God's grace comes in the form of scriptures. And therefore, Striyamajagama Bhaushobhamanam. The most beautiful, what is the most beautiful thing in the world? The Shruti Mata, the mother Vedas, mother scriptures. Scriptures come in our life. See? And the scriptures come in our life through a channel. That channel is called as Acharya. Acharyavan Purusho Veda. Chandogya Upanishad. So first is God's grace. Second thing is the scriptures. The third is the Guru's grace. And the fourth one is Atma grace. We have to bless ourselves. What will be the blessing? Enough of remaining extrovert in your spiritual inquiry. And therefore, like Indra remain calm and quiet, we have to learn. Dekho suno mat bolo. This state is, according to Patanjali Maharshi, Sanyama. And then be attentive. Then knowledge happens. If thought-free mind is maintained for a longer period, step by step, tada, then what happens? Drashtuhu sarupe avasthanam. The mind dissolves in pure consciousness. When Patanjali Maharshi said, Yogaha chitta vritti nirodha, but only chitta vritti nirodha is not enough. See, all the reasons, causes, because of which the chitta vrittis are vomiting out of the mind, those causes are to be removed. And what are those causes? Objectivity in pursuit. And therefore, when you are sitting quiet, any experience that comes, you see light, you hear some sound, you see some brightness, these are all the tricks of the mind. Further, the thumb rule is, anything that comes and goes is a trick of the mind. But then we get lost in that. Whenever I said, I see God. Okay, what next? Hey friends, Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Samprapte sannihite kale nahi nahi rakshati dukrum karne. Dukrum karne is language, speech. It doesn't matter in what language you talk. What matters is what you talk. See? So, all these are the means. Let us not mistake the means for the goal. See? It is so important. We have to ourselves recognize this, that it is not an objective experience. It is just being without becoming. And this is possible only if we study scriptures. Get all the wrong notions out. See? Then our understanding about scripture becomes clear. Like in Kaivalyadham it comes. Na karmana na prajaya dhanena tyage neke amrutatva manasho paridanakam nihitam guhayam vibhrajate yadyatayo vishanti vedanta vijnana sunishchitartha sannyasa yogan yadaya shuddha sattvaha. See? Vedanta vijnana sunishchitartha. By the study of the Upanishad, Sunishitartha. We should have a clarity, no doubt about anything. This is what is mentioned here. This can happen only by proper satsang. We have to be committed to this knowledge. And nobody can teach us. We have to learn. Bhagwan Shankaracharya gives 4 types of students. The teacher, Acharya, is one. Students are 4 types. Uttams, Adhikari, in one go, everything is over. He doesn't come again. Second, Madhyam Adhikari. He understands sometimes he doesn't understand, sometimes he doesn't understand, sometimes he doesn't understand. What can be said? The third, Adham Adhikari. Just doesn't understand anything. And the fourth is Adhamadham. He understands exactly opposite. Teacher is the same. See? Therefore, it is our responsibility to learn. We should not sit before the teacher as a challenge. So many Mahatmas have come and gone. Hun tusi try malo, huh? But no. We have to change ourselves. See? And therefore, Umam Haivavatim Tagam Hovacha Kime Dirjakshimiti. Now, after this was over, now we enter the next and concluding chapter of this Upanishad. Sa Brahmeti Hovacha Brahmano va etad vijaye mahiyadvam iti tato haiva vidanchakara brahmeti. Sa hovacha. Now this Uma Haivavatim, meaning the scriptures. Tad vijnanatam gurumeva vigachet samitpanihi shrotriyam brahmanishtam. There are 2 types of teachers. One is Acharya Parampara and second is Siddha Marga Parampara. In Siddha Marga, it is 1-to-1. If you see, example, Sant Gyaneshwar Maharaj, take his lineage. Gorakhnath, Matsyendranath, then Gorakhnath. Gorakhnath made a doll, and out of that, by his Sanjeevani mantra, Gahaninath, the doll became live. He became Gahaninath. Gahaninatha's disciple was Nivruttinath, elder brother of Gyaneshwar Maharaj. And Gyaneshwar Maharaj was the disciple of Nivruttinath. It is 1-to-1. But Gyaneshwar Maharaj did not give this knowledge to the masses. For the masses, Hari Mukhe Mana, Punyache Gadana Kodakari. Friends. Therefore, by reading books, something is happening, or watching the video, what happens, Once in Sydney, I was a victim of that. One person came, Swamiji, this is a very nice video CD, for you only I brought it. I said, okay, I'll see it. No, I want to see with you. I said, my God, what can you do? So I sat there. And then the CD started, video started, the screen, and then one man was sitting, and then, background, nice music, animation was perfect. It was an animated movie. Then, after 1 or 2 Om and colors and everything, then, like the sandwich, lower person sleeping, and from him, the second part of the sandwich started lifting slowly, slowly. He said, Swamiji, this is the astral body. It is going. And you see the blue cord? So the astral body remains attached to the gross body. Through Bluetooth? No, blue cord. And then he goes like that. And so many places the body has gone, we have to go and see, this is fire, it's going through the fire, but nothing happens to the astral body. It's going through the oceans, nothing happens. So many things like that. And after seeing this thing, that thing, and then finally it comes back and dissolves. Now tell me, Swamiji, what you like the most? I said the animation was really good. Friends, these are all the tricks of mind. We have to go nowhere. We have to do nothing. We don't have to become divine, my friends. Just be. And Upanishad says, na karmana, na prajaya dhanena. I do this and enough of doing. Now relax. See. Therefore, sa brahmeti hovacha is only the Upanishad. They tell the ultimate truth. Here sa means the mother Veda. Mother Shruti hovacha. Brahmano va etad vijaya mahiyadvam. You are you because of the divinity. Divinity is not because of you. You are husband because you are a man. Man is not because of the husband. What is the truth? See, come back to this independent, uncontaminated being that we are. And if we really work on this, what will be the working? Working will be, you'll be relaxed. Relax without going to sleep. So, three qualities of the mind. Mind is quiet, mind is alert, and mind is vigilant. Quiet. Alert, it is aware of everything that is happening around. It's not, I was walking and then I got into the meditative poise and I went and there was a big manhole and I went to that hole. And then I realized I have come to this Narak Loka also. No, don't get carried away by that. That is nothing to do with spiritual life. See, friends. So mind is quiet but alert, vigilant. See, the truth is defined as Satchit Ananda, isn't it? Sat means what? You don't think of death, nor you think of somebody else's death. Death is an illusion. Abiding in this is recognition that we are the Sat. Chit. We don't cheat others. We don't get cheated by anybody. Ananda. We are at peace with ourselves and we are at peace with everything and everybody. That is abiding in the self. See, friends. But normally what happens? We get carried away by all the siddhis that come. Sant Dhaneshwar Maharaj refers in his commentary on Bhagavad Gita that even Patanjali Maharshi says the same thing. All the siddhis in the third path, he clearly mentions these are the obstacles on the spiritual path. Kaivalya siddhi will not happen if you are caught up in this vibhuti path. See, friends, whatever we have, we want to show off, is it not? There was one poor lady and She got from somewhere some ring. So she put the ring. And then she was, wherever she was doing the work, she was always doing like this thing. But she was so poor, working on the roadside. Nobody even looked at her. And she was feeling bad. Nobody even asking me what a beautiful the ring is and all that. So finally she decided how to make the people attend. Finally she put her the jhopdi, slum on fire. And when the fire was going, people came and then she was showing, see, my house is burning, my house. Nobody shows with this finger, isn't it? See, my house is burning, my house is burning. One person said, at least you should be thankful to God, your ring is still there. If you had said it earlier, house would not have been on fire. Now tell me, the small little things we want to show off. If you have got the siddhi, then you can walk on the water. Will you sit in your room? You will go to the swimming pool, everybody is jumping, and then you stand there and you start walking on the waters. What you have proved? What next? Therefore, like in the material world, the success is an obstacle on the spiritual path. In the same manner, in the yoga siddha marga, they say these are obstacles. We have to rise above that. Therefore, when we are recognizing this, the mind remains quiet, alert, and vigilant. Vigilant means what? When we are interacting with the world, are we depositing impressions on our mind in the form of likes or dislikes? We have to be aware of that. Vigilant. Chatro mitre putre bandhav ma kuru yatnam vigraha sandhav. Don't create friends and enemies in this world. Be friendly with everybody. Living in this alertness 24/7 is what is called the spiritual life. So, sa brahmeti hovacha brahmano va etad vijaye mahiyadvam tato haiva vidanchakara brahmeti. Therefore, your greatness is because God has selected you to express through you. It is His greatness, not our greatness. See, friends. And when we thus remain, although functioning through the different faculties, but always remembering it is the divine who is expressing through us. There can never be an arrogance of success or a guilt of failure in life. These two things, this is what the story told us. This fire and the air, they had the arrogance of success. But the Indra did not have this negativity. So he kept on, work on the mind. My friends, coming in the Anahat Chakra, or in other words, when we start working on our mind, be very attentive. When we start working on our mind, we are reborn as the seekers of truth. The body that we have is given by our parents only to die. But once we start working on our mind, that we never die. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan bhutvam mam prapadyate. Therefore, a real spiritual life is recognition that everything happens only in the mind and to the mind. We all take care of everything around. House should be like this, and there should be such kind of furniture and such kind of wall hangings and so many blah, 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 blah. Then food should be like this thing, and we should take this, we should not eat this thing. So many things, very good. But when it comes to mind, what care we have really taken if we look within ourselves, what care we have taken that the mind is no more a burden for us. How do we know the mind is a burden for us? If we do not tolerate our own company. How we don't tolerate our own company? We want some support. While coming by the car, I saw another girl in the next car, in the front seat, sitting with her both legs up, holding like this thing, and like in a couch of a old fellow. And the car is going. We are all afraid of ourselves. Give it a try. No support. Just be. Relax. That doesn't mean, okay, I'll not say it. No, 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 no. Relax, relax. Dukkeshu anudvignamanaha. Sukheshu vidaraspruhaha. Vitaraga bhayakrodaha. Stitadi muni uchate. Relax. See, friends, when this is properly practiced, then we have understood clearly Sugar Kenopanishad. Now, the remaining part of the spiritual practice in the fourth Kanda, chapter, what is instruction given by the scriptures? Uma. Uma is scriptures. See? Om and Uma. Same thing. Om is masculine, Uma is feminine. They are Ardhanari Nateshwar. Sadashiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.